Welcome to Kitab Writing Publication. So today we are having Ranjith sir with us. Firstly, I would like to congratulate you, sir, for having your book published with us. And now when your book is live on Amazon and all the other websites, so how are you feeling, sir?
Thank you, ma'am, first of all. And now I'm very much happy. The reason is that this is my first book published in English. Okay. So I'm very much happy about the publication.
So firstly, tell our audience something about your book, like what is they are going to read inside the book and what new they are going to learn from your book.
Okay. First of all, I'll start with my title. The title of my book is Orangery. Orangery actually means orchard of orange, exclusively orange, I think. Oranges only. So if you enter this orange garden, the different types of tastes you can feel it. Okay, the hint of orange, which produces a kind of acid which will burn your eyes, and orange has other tastes, bitterness. If you bite the seeds, or what we can call the pulp of orange is sweet and at the same time sour. The plant, you know that if you touch us, there can see this thorns, so it will make pain. So all it's a orange. Orange is a symbol of life. Okay, so if this particular book is placed before, actually, that's just like a mirror. If you place the mirror in front of the life, that is Orangery.
Amazing. So the way you connected orange as a symbol of life is just, something I'm hearing for the first time. But yes, it is extraordinary. Like, I always used to have a thought into my mind that nature can be the best teacher. And today you have just proved it to me. So please elaborate your views on nature being the best teacher.
Actually, while I talk about nature, first of all, I have to talk about William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth. He's actually the poet of nature. Okay. Actually, many writers have written different way they have defined poetry. But while we talk about the definition of poetry, we first think about Wordsworth's definition. It's a spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings or emotions. Because nature is really gives many things. Without nature, we cannot do anything. So, as far as I'm concerned, the river, mountains, oceans, and every parts of nature have affected me in my writing.
Great, sir. Sir, as you are such a great poet and you also read other poets, so now I would like to ask you, what is poetry for you?
Actually, I don't claim that I'm a great poet. No, because I'm really a budding writer. I don't claim. Okay, thank you for your compliment. Then, as far as I'm concerned, the poetry is not a deliberate action. It is an involuntary action, because if I decide a particular purpose, and it's a social evil is there. That's the dowry is a social evil. Drinking liquor is a social evil. And if I think that I would like to write a poem against this social evil, so such kind of way, if we try to write anything, that will become mechanical. It is not a mechanical action. Writing, especially writing poetry, is not at all a mechanical action. In a particular mood, some lines come into me, that automatically transformed into paper. That is really poetry, as far as I'm concerned. It is not. I cannot clearly explain how it comes, because after writing many works, sometimes I myself surprised by, oh, yeah, this has been written by me. In that way, I have thought it. Okay. Because in a particular means in a particular moment, that moment only this kind of thing comes to me. Another thing is that especially in poetry writing competition, if I think that we are giving a topic to the students, and we are telling the students, you have to write a poem based on this topic. I cannot say that how a writer. I have participated in many competition, poetry writing competition, and I have got praises. But the reason is that these items already in mind, I have connected with it. Not at that moment, nothing will come into my mind, because I already told you that it's an involuntary action. Okay.
Great, sir. Okay. So, sir, how did your journey of writing started? And at what?
Pardon, ma'am.
How did your journey of writing started? Like, at what age did you start writing?
Okay. When I was studying in pre-degree, I think in your area, it's, I think, in new junior college. Okay. Here pre-degree. Now it has that the system has been changed. Now it is +2, +1, +2 started. But in the age of mine, I was studying in pre-degree. I just like what we can call it, in a poetry competition. And I've at that time, before that time, I have not thought about poems and poetry. And at that time, I participated in that competition. I got the second prize. Then I was really surprised. At that time, I thought that if I got through more books, I want to read more books, then I can write poems. You know that in my Malayalam language, many famous writers are there. Especially sometimes you may know that Kamala Das, Madhavi Kutti, and many regional writers are there. Many Malayalam poems I have read, and after I have joined the degree, my optional subject was English. That is why I got many chance to read great English writers, just like as far as I'm concerned. At that time, while I was studying degree, Shelley, John Keats, William Wordsworth were my. I liked those writers very much, and their poems I read, and because it may be the influence of those writers, I got a chance to write the work. Okay.
Great, sir. That's amazing. So, as you said, that nature is a big teacher to all of us, right? Even the greatest teacher. So, whenever we read any poetries, any poet's poem, so there's always a mention of moon mostly, right? If you, read any poem, mostly they mention about the moon, its beauty, and they also, kind of relate it to their beloved's beauty as well. So, what basically compels them to compare the moon with, those, as a very beautiful object? Like, why do they beautify moon so much rather than any other thing in the nature?
While we in traditional writers, we just understand the traditional writers.
Yes.
They are giving much. They are afraid of to express many things about moon and sun, because there is something about God associated to God. So, but as far as I think everything can be told, can be expressed in different ways. Okay, different ways. So just like moon also can be in postmodern way. I try to write moon in a particular way. Actually, I already told you that it is not coming in modern. We are telling that the particular term cliche. Okay, but cliche is actually it's an English term that cannot be attached with our country. The reason is that uh, we have many Bharata, Mahabharata, Ramayana. Can we say that these titles are cliche? Never. The reason is that our life are attached with this kind of philosophical ideas. All these words are very important to us. Morning, evening, all these words are attached. Day, life, death, birth. All these words are very closely to us. So these words are not at all cliche. Because while English people are saying something cliche, because they are not at all attached with any kind of that. But I think so.
Yes.
Okay. Because maybe a material attraction or material attachment. But as far as we are concerned, a word has a spiritual and a material attraction. Okay.
Yeah.
So material, if it is attached with the material and spiritual attraction, we cannot say that the particular word is cliche. So daily, if that word is connected with another beautiful term,
Yes.
that will never become cliche. Okay. So the moon in a different way I have shown it. That I think that it will not be such kind of thing. If we do it, it will not become cliche. Okay. I already told you that it is not in a deliberate action. It comes to me.
Yes. Okay, sir. So, sir, as you mentioned about Mahabharata and Ramayana, so have you read any of these, or about the Bhagavad Gita? Have you read any of these books?
Yeah, Indian philosophy is. I like Indian philosophy. That is why I have read Mahabharata, Ramayana, and especially Vedas, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, everything. And you know that all religious scriptures are starting with the importance of reading. Okay, that is, you know that uh, this Quran starts with Ikra. Ikra, the word Ikra, the sentence Ikra means you read. You should read.
Okay.
Read. And uh, in what is that? Bible start with the word has originated first. And I think I'm talking about Old Testament. Okay, the word has originated first. Okay, in that case also the first line is a word. And another, so the importance of word is giving all the scriptures. And you know, then Rigveda starts with Agni Mile Purohitam. Agni is what? Agni is light. Okay, light is a symbol of knowledge. Light leads. Uh, what is that? Knowledge. Light leads us to knowledge. Okay, it is wiping out ignorance. Okay, so in order to wipe out ignorance, light is important. So all the religious holy books are uh, telling us the importance of reading. Okay, so uh, many, I think the Bhagavad Gita, I don't think that it is not a particular community's book. It's an Indian's work. The many great lines are I think it is really a motivation. Like I would like to quote one of the lines in Bhagavad Gita. Uttare atmanatmana na atmana avsade atmanyatmano bantu atmani ripu atmana. Uttare atmanatmana. The meaning is that lift yourself or raise yourself. Means in a spiritual way, you have to lift yourself. Then the next line is Atmanam avasade. Don't underestimate yourself. Okay, the lift yourself. That's a great truth. You have to lift yourself. You have to raise yourself in a spiritual and material manner. Okay. If you raise yourself, if you lift yourself, because you have something the God has sent to you, because a particular purpose, you have to do many things here. Okay, So lift yourself and don't underestimate yourself. The second is that we are saying that, I'm a person, I know nothing. Oh, in that way, if we think, that will affect completely our mind. So we should keep a positive attitude ourselves. Okay. The last one, you are the enemy and you are the friend of yourself. You are the enemy of yourself, and at the same time, you are the friend of yourself. That is the reason is that because we are the tendency, especially all the people, especially I think Indians, if we happen something, we will criticize others. Our tendency is to criticize others. It is because of that person, because a person is continuously drinking, and some others will say it is because of his fate. Do you think somebody has using a steel rod write something on my head, on our head? No, I don't think so. It is a person who is deciding his own fate. Okay, and he can transform his own fate from uh, good from evil to good. Okay, in many cases we have seen it. Okay, such kind of great motivational lines can be seen in this kind of Gita, and I think Veda also. Veda, I think a line in Veda that is now I can what is that? Amantram aksharam nasti nasti moolam anaushadam ayogya purushe nasti. It's a line from Veda. Amantram aksharam nasti means there is no words in this world without the mantras. All the words are mantras. Amantram aksharam nasti. Nasti moolam anaushadam. Mula means root. All the roots we can see. All the plants roots have medicines. Okay. And ayogya purushe nasti means purusha here means there is no discrimination on men only. Purusha means man, and at the same time woman also. Ayogya purushe nasti. There is no person in this world without quality. Means all persons have their own quality, but they are not recognizing or realizing or identifying that quality. Because of that, he doesn't raise himself. Okay, so this kind of messages, I think they are the treasures of our knowledge. Means Indian philosophy are the treasures, but we are not considering that.
True.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, sir. As you said, that we are not considering them too much because we are kind of more attracted towards the Western, culture, because of which we are getting apart from our roots only, from our, culture. So, what would you like to say to the people? Like, how can they get more connected towards our culture and towards our roots?
Actually, we know that our culture, it is told that Arsha Bharat, something associated to Rishis Bharata. And in Western culture, I told you that in a work I can remember a Red Indians essay about Red Indians essay. There is Red Indians, I think, written by Chief Seattle.
Okay.
And the Europeans are entering their lunch, and they are saying that they want to sell their earth, sky, water. But Red Indians are saying that these things are not selling and buying as far as we are concerned. Okay. Because they are closely attached with those. Just like our culture is associated with us, because they should not be separated. But English people clearly knows it. We are trying to we are throwing away our great culture and try to imitate those culture.
Yes.
But English people clearly knows that we are actually imitating their waste instead of the cream. The cream has here, but we are not ready to accept the cream.
True.
And we are trying to accept this the waste of those people have thrown. But English people are ready to accepting our culture. That is why Bhagavad Gita is a syllabus in American universities. Okay. There is a university, I think there is a university in Australia and Scotland. They are studying Upanishads, but we cannot blame all those English persons because they are much knowledgeable than knowledgeable means they have capacity to see the future. So then they know the importance of it. As far as I'm concerned, my favorite writer is T.S. Eliot. Okay, T.S. Eliot, The Wasteland, his work was very much what we can call like that work. The reason is that he's a writer. He's a writer in. He was born in 1888, and at that time itself, it's a long time ago. At that time itself, he has studied Indian philosophy and Upanishads named Brihadaranyaka. He has read it. And like, so if we ask in some other persons in this time itself, they don't know what is Upanishads. That person studied. Many English scholars have studied Indian philosophy and Indian Upanishads and Veda. And in his that particular work is ended in the wasteland ended in the lines from Upanishads, Datta, Daita, Damyata, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. With these lines, this Upanishads ends. So, this particular poem is ending. The wasteland he has written mainly based on Indian philosophy. Okay, if we what we can call, if we think about it, that particular work he got, he was awarded that's Nobel Prize. Okay. So I think development is okay, we can accept, but throwing away our culture cannot be accepted. Okay.
Yes. Great. Okay, so now I would like to ask you, what's your strength?
Oh, well, I'm a writer in. I think that I already told you that I don't claim that I'm a great writer, but I know I have written some poems in our language, and I have written stories for short films, and 2 short films I have done it in my regional language. That is entitled Smriti and Sneha Mudragal. Okay, and this I have composed. I have written poems. I have written lyrics of those short films, and at the same time, I have composed the musicals. Then, actually, writing is my strength. If I directly say the answer.
Great, sir. Okay. So, what message would you like to give to our audience?
Pardon, ma'am?
What message would you like to give to our audience?
In my opinion, the best message, because I don't think that I'm a person to give message to others. The reason is that because the giving message to somebody is, I think he should be great. I don't think that I'm great. But then I should tell to others that first we have to read maximum. If you read something, a reader will not be a social nuisance. Okay.
Yes.
He will not. He will. If we conduct a survey in jail, we cannot see too many persons who are. A voracious reader cannot be seen in a jail. Okay. Because reading gives us more power. Okay. And that is actually stimulates our strength. I think near this e-reading should be avoided. Nowadays, the people are continuously watching mobile. That I don't think it will better for our health, especially it will affect our eyesight, it will affect our brain also. But if we go through, if we read it, sometimes I said there is a problem, but in the case, if we read it, it will stimulate our brain and it will change our mind completely. Reading is very important. So the best, first we have to teach a child to read first. Okay, that is why I told you all these scriptures are giving importance of reading.
Yes.
Reading can transform this world. A man can transform this world through reading.
Amazing, sir. Sir, I would like to ask you one more question. Like you, as you mentioned earlier, that you read a lot of books about, spiritual books as well. So, do you believe in any form of the God, let's say Lord Shiva or, Krishna or any such form?
If we, I like it many, but I have not studied by heart all this. I like in my regional language. I know some forms, and then some other language. I like it, especially in the time of evening, twilight. The praying, certain lines are there, but I'm not. My sounds are not at all better. I don't think. I think so.
Okay, sir. Okay. Yeah. So it was really nice interacting with you, sir. Now I would like to ask you, how was your experience with our publication?
Kitab publication, I think, okay, it's as far as this is the first time I tried to publish my work in another state, and they have done it almost. I expected something. I think my expectation became okay.
Okay, sir. Great. Thank you so much for your kind words. Now, sir, do you have any suggestion for us in the way we can improve our services?
Improving suggestion, that is, how can I see? I think you yourself should do. Certain defects are in mine also, but it is in a particular meeting. It is not, I think, perfect. It's not suitable to say such kind of things. So, but okay, as far as I'm concerned, your the publication is almost okay.
Thank you so much, sir, for your amazing response and for this wonderful interview. I hope our audience would have learned a lot from this interview. And yes, they all must have enjoyed it. As I have also enjoyed this interview a lot. I got to learn a lot from you. So thank you so much for this wonderful interview.
Thank you. Thank you.